What's up, guys? It's me, it's Eddie, R-I-C. I am the people's co-host, Eric Barnes, and this is The Late Debate with myself. And I am also being joined by the extreme icon himself, the extreme hater, Mike Nagel. What's up?
That's better. What's up? What's up? What's up?
And by Mr. Entertainment himself, Noah Donish.
That's me.
Why do you do it?
Mr. Entertainment is my father. You can call me Noah.
Ouch. It's a burn.
So,
how's it going, guys?
Great. How are you today?
Oh, I am just freaking fantastic. I'm having a great day today. Why? Because I am on the late debate once again. And I'm typically late to the party, so I'm fine with that.
We're all late to the party. That's why we're here. So, anyway, today we have a topic from that was suggested down in the comments. As usual, guys, if you have any ideas for what you want us to talk about, just let us know in the comments. So this week, topic comes from Eli DeLuna. That's what I was looking for. Who asked, which iteration of DX was the best / most dominating / more entertaining / most influential? Pre-WrestleMania 14 or post-WrestleMania 14 or Triple H / HBK reunited DX. So.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Oh, yeah. I was getting down to that.
You were just making Eric feel romantic there.
Christina Aguilera, I'm coming for you.
So fucking romantic. All right, so anyway, Mike, why don't we start with you? What do you think? Who was the most dominating, most influential list, all those 5 things that guy said?
As much as I like Shawn Michaels, I have to go with the post-WrestleMania 14 DX. And
so with the New Age Outlaws part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
X-pac.
As much as I love Shawn Michaels, I have to go with that group, an incarnation of DX, only because they were the only group badass enough to go after WCW.
That's a good
That
point.
was an epic moment, one of the best moments of the Attitude Era, for sure.
You know, I mean, with Shawn Michaels as an active wrestler, if he stayed on and not been injured, it might have been interesting to see him part of that WCW invasion angle, and it might have made it even better and more impactful than it was, considering how influential Shawn was in the WWF at the time. So,
and that's interesting because there was also on this our last episode, a suggestion called, what if Shawn Michaels never got injured and didn't have to retire for 4 years in 1998? Honestly, as far, like, if HBK had been there for that, yeah, it would have been a big deal. I can't really imagine a 6-person DX. That almost seems like just too much. Like 5 was like the perfect number.
I don't think Triple H would have ever gotten his breakout moment. I think when he turned on DX at WrestleMania, I think they would have done that with Shawn Michaels instead.
That's a good point. Also, a good point, I think, anyway. Shawn needed that break, man. He needed to go away for a while because he was in such a dark place. Not
just physically, but emotionally and mentally.
Yeah, exactly. And
well, he could have died. I mean, he was an addict.
Yeah, he was an addict, and if he had stayed on the road and not taken that break and not found God, which was important for him. Because without that, who knows what may have happened.
Hey, maybe he would have just found the higher power instead.
Oh, come on. And I heard rumors back whenever the higher power came out that it was Shawn Michaels. But I've read this dude's book, and he's sitting there drooling, eating cookies with his 2-year-old. You know what I mean? Like he saw the writing on the wall himself of the path that he was going down. But regardless of that, I would have to. I think that I would also go with the post WrestleMania 14. Like I said, I started. Well, I didn't say it. I said it on the scoop, but I started watching wrestling in 1998, which that's when that version of DX was just running rampant. They were awesome, and so that holds a special place in my heart as just a badass group. Triple H was my favorite wrestler at the time. still one of my all-time favorites just off of that run. DX was awesome, but the original DX was very, very raw. You know, not to make a pun, but they really pushed the absolute limits of what they could get away with, even on cable television. And it was awesome. So I love that version as well. I don't think the reunited DX is even in the conversation, honestly.
Yeah.
That was,
I think it was more of like a nostalgia run.
That's all it was a nostalgia thing.
It was nostalgia and it was cool, but especially in 2009, I think maybe they were a little more serious, but when they came back in 2006, it might as well have been a fucking cartoon.
They were like the New Day. It was a comedy bit. Really
yeah,
was.
I mean, whenever you're sitting there, I mean, woo, Vince loves cock, ooh, so edgy. Oh, I'm dumping a bunch of shit, apparently turds, on the fucking Spirit Squad. That's some corny ass shit, man.
Yeah.
The old DX would not have. They would have had a better idea than that, I think.
Them coming out in the tanks at SummerSlam 2009 was pretty cool, though.
That was. I'm not saying I wasn't still a fan of DX because I like both those guys, but
they were just past pushing the envelope shit.
Yeah, I mean, Triple H was already working in other capacities with WWE, so the original DX was, fighting against the machine, and the 2006 DX was the machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, let's just say this because I heard Shawn Michaels say this in a recent podcast. The only reason for the DX to get back together was to win the tag titles one time, which they did, and to push a shit ton of merchandise to get some royalty checks.
And they
My God, I know that they did that.
They did that. And not only that, but being at the stages of their respective careers that they were, reuniting as DX really took a lot of individual pressure. They were able to really balance it out on each other. And to your point, yeah, Triple H was already doing the front office thing, so it was for two guys that were even back then past their prime, it was a very easy angle for them to do. The matches that they were in were fairly simple and straightforward. They weren't risky, and they.
Well, let me just cut you off there 1 minute, Slick. Triple H tore his quad in one of those matches that you say weren't risky.
Well, exactly my point. So, I mean, if there's still the inherent risk there, imagine if he was still working just by himself full time. So my point is doing the DX thing really, even though, yeah, there was still risks involved, there's always risks in professional wrestling, doing the tag thing really helped them out a lot in terms of staying relevant on TV, but not really kicking the crap out of themselves in the process, which Triple H still managed to do that. Now,
that's why I hold the post-WrestleMania DX in high regard, because they had the best segments on the show. They were really funny. They were edgy. They did crazy shit that you hadn't seen before.
Everybody loved them.
So
yeah, man, it was fun. It was the fun part of the show. They got the hot chicks to flash the crowd. I mean, it was great.
Now nobody
when
asked
the New Age Outlaws were completely awesome. And as much as people like to dog on X-Pac and say X-Pac heat this, blah blah blah, X-Pac was super fucking over during that period of time. Everybody loved X-Pac.
And one of the biggest moments of the Monday Night Wars happened because of X-Pac coming back to join DX.
That's right, and that was the night right after WrestleMania 14, right?
Yep. That's when the Outlaws joined DX also.
Right.
Now, nobody asked me my opinion. Which
well,
DX did I like?
About to get to that, Noah. So, of the three, even though we've already kind of discarded the 2006, what do you think? What do you think, buddy?
I am going to say that out of the three incarnations of DX, my personal favorite was, just like the NWO, you have to go with the original.
Actually, there were three incarnations of DX, but there were actually 4 times that they were together.
Yeah, because didn't they reunite again into like 2009?
Yeah. Well, no, they reunited after Triple H won his first world title. After the whole corporate turning on X-Pac at WrestleMania 15. And
like right after 99 SummerSlam, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were with the Stooges and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're talking. The version of DX that led into the McMahon-Helmsley shit. Yeah.
Right.
Whenever they reunited that time, dude, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, I was such a mark because they had broken up. DX was my favorite shit. I loved him. I wanted to see him get back together. Whenever they finally did that one night, I was like, wait, what's happening? Who's running out? That X-Pac and Billy Gunn's here. What's happening? And then they each fucking went onto one turnbuckle each. I swear to God, dude, I jumped off the fucking couch and hit the fucking ceiling because I was so excited. And then as it went on, it was kind of a letdown because it wasn't the same DX. It was DX. They didn't all seem to be a cohesive unit. They didn't all work together. It was more, let's put over Triple H. That's our main focus. Make sure he stays champion. They were more like minions rather than partners at that point. So it kind of was a letdown, but
they
still
had the DX Express.
They did have the DX Express, for sure. So, okay, so Noah, you say you got to go with the original. Why do you got to go with the original?
I have to go with the original. Now, I did like the version 2.0 of DX. I liked it, but much like with the NWO, what started it all was the core group of guys, and you got all those go. So, like you said, with Triple H, Michaels, and China, they really pushed the boundaries of what standards.
Did you call China a guy?
Huh?
Did you just call China a guy?
No.
Yeah, you said guys.
Well, that's an interchangeable term, Michael.
Only if she had a penis, and apparently she didn't.
Yikes.
Okay. So, anyway, they pushed the boundaries of what standards and practices for cable television would allow. It was very edgy. It was them scratching and clawing their way to beat WCW in the Monday Night Wars. And when you have the original DX, when you have Stone Cold Steve Austin coming up to just about become the biggest thing in pro wrestling, DX and Austin came up at the exact same time. It was just amazing television to watch. Now, I did like the second incarnation of DX, but you always are going to compare it to the original. You always are.
I have to. I mean, it was amazing television. Like I said, I started watching in '98, but I've gone back, and even recently, I was watching Raws from. I started right after the Montreal Screwjob, and every single week, it's just classic DX moment after classic DX moment. Like all the stuff you see in the highlight reels, it's happening on a week-to-week basis as a full segment. So it's terrific television, and I'm not taking anything away from the original incarnation, but I would just say, me personally, my favorite is the second.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, remember the DX Nation of Domination controversy?
Wasn't that with the second version?
No, that was the original. Wasn't it with the original?
Oh, where he said Bret Hart called them the N-word?
Yeah.
Oh, that. I was thinking whenever they dressed up as the Nation.
No.
See, I like the one where they dressed up as the corporation better, because they had HB Gay. Because he's always bending over.
Yikes.
Awesome.
But yeah, so I guess that's basically our opinions on it, guys. Thanks for watching as usual. Go ahead and list things down there for us to choose from. If we didn't pick your topic, post it again or post a new one. We only do this once a week, so we're doing our best to get to them. Anyway, so that's the show. You guys got any plugs? What do you got, Mike?
You can follow me on the Instagram at xmvnagel. You can follow me on the Twitter at ultimonagel. You can follow me on the YouTube at ftwnage. And if you try to add me on Facebook, you will be reported as spam. Thank you very much, and have a nice day!
Noah?
What's up, guys? Follow me on Twitter at Noah Donish, like my official Facebook fan page, facebook.com/official Noahmania, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Noahmania. New videos practically every single day, so check it out. That's all I got.
All right. Well, guys, subscribe to the EBar channel if you haven't done so yet. It's youtube.com/EBar says. Follow me on Twitter at EBar says. And until next week, we love you all. Bye.
Love you.
Bye-bye.